So the other day, I'm cruising on the highway going past a garage sale, and I happened to look back at the last second and I caught a glimpse of a dirt bike sitting there with no motor. So we turned around, went and checked it out, and ended up getting this bike for 200 bucks. You guys gotta check this one out. The paint on the Superjet is definitely in need of some help. It's pretty sun faded and scratched, and there were some decals on it previously, and when I pulled them off it left some junk around where the decals were. But it should buff out. Got this buffing set up here, so time to shine this baby up. I'd say she cleaned up pretty good. Just gotta throw a coat of wax on it and it's ready for the lake. I haven't given you guys an update on the gopher situation in a while. Not that it really matters that much, but just sharing what I've learned and what works for me. So everything, or what hasn't worked for me. Everything I've tried really hasn't worked until I came across this poison applicator. So you poke it down into the ground, into the tunnel, and it applies the poison into the tunnel. So this seems to be working really good so far. Here's the applicator I've been using. It's just a simple T-bar with a point on the end of it. And here's the poison that you put inside. I want to say I've been using this applicator for about a month now, and the dirt mounts have gone down considerably. I would have about 15 or 20 every morning, and now I'm lucky to get 1 or 2. So you just put the poison in this box here and then turn the lever to grind it up and inject it into the tunnel. When I come across a dirt mound like this right here, I'll poke around about 6 inches outside of the mound until I find the tunnel. There we go. And then turn the lever twice. Just to give you an idea how this works, as you turn the lever up on top, it opens the hole on the bottom and lets out the poison into the tunnel. It's been a minute since I've worked on the WRX, and the next thing I have to do is install this hitch. It actually mounts underneath the rear bumper, and the receiver comes out where this panel is. So you'll never know there's a hitch mounted on the car. I've decided to sell the 4Runner and just tow bikes and jet skis with the WRX instead. I never really need to tow that much weight, so it makes more sense just to have a car. And of course, it's a lot more fun driving the WRX every day. If you want to buy the 4Runner, selling it. I've been putting this hitch install off for a few weeks now because I just don't really like working on cars, I guess. And for this project, I'll have to pull the bumper, the taillights, and do the trailer wiring as well. But gotta get it done, and I really don't want to pay someone to do it. funny, every time I'm about to work on a car, even if it's something simple like an oil change, I'm just dreading it. Like this project, I was not looking forward to it at all. But once I started, like dang, this is actually pretty fun. So as of right now, I don't mind working on cars, but that'll probably change in 10 minutes. It's pretty ridiculous how many parts you have to pull just to install a hitch. I mean, the whole back of the car is all taken apart. Got the hitch on and the car is back together. Man, what a pain in the ass this was just to put a hitch on. But the end result is pretty good. I'm really happy with it. I'll show you here how this is set up. So you can't really tell there's a hitch at all unless you look underneath, of course. You can just see the two brackets hanging down. And to expose the receiver, you just pop out this little knockout panel. You just reach down underneath and push this thing out. The last thing I have to do is put together the trailer wiring. So that involves tying into the taillight wiring and then running a power wire through the interior up to the battery. This should be fun. I've got most of the wiring figured out now. It ties into both taillights and then all comes together here at the bottom where I've got the box mounted and the ground screwed to the body. This wire goes out to the receiver and connects to the trailer. And the last thing I have to do here is connect power. So this wire is going to run through the interior and under the hood to the battery. This is what I came up with for a power cable. So it runs from the trunk into the interior underneath the rear seats. So it comes down through here underneath this trim. Here it is. Follows the door line all the way up. It's got it tucked under all this trim here. Comes through here. Right here is the wire. And I found this blank grommet. I don't know if you can see it here. I'll zoom in. Had nothing going through it, so I poked a little hole and ran the wire through. And then it follows underneath the fender up into the engine bay. Right up to the battery, basically. So it comes up through here, right up to the battery. Man, I am so excited. Got all the wiring finished up, and now it's time to test it. Got the trailer hooked up, and it is working. Heck yeah. A really common problem with these XR250s and 400s is the swing arm bolt will get seized in the engine cases from rust. And it looks like the people that own this bike used some sort of chisel or saw to remove the swing arm bolt. So it chewed up the engine cases and the swing arm pretty good. I'll show you what the cases look like. This has got to be one of the more interesting ideas I've seen for a subframe bolt. I'm sure that would hold up really good. I'm gonna have to call it a day on this bike. I made it about halfway through the cleaning process. Got a decent amount of parts cleaned here. But it is time to get ready to leave for the weekend. I'm actually headed out to the Washougal National coming up this Saturday. And that'll actually be the next video. I'm gonna take you guys through the entire experience. If you happen to see me out there, come over and say hi. Of course, I'll be wearing a Revive Moto hat. I'd like to see some of you guys out there, so keep a lookout. All right, I'm gonna end the vlog right here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next week, where I'll have a video from the Washougal National. Take care.